There you go, some great dishes there, and you can see who makes it to the final in about 20 minutes or so. Still to come this morning on Saturday Kitchen, Antonio Coluccio is in Sicily, and he tries his hand at night fishing, and then turns his tentacle catch into a midnight supper for the fishermen. That looks delicious. Now, James may be away, but the egg puns will stay. I fully expect
dearie me.
Ken and Theo to maintain the usual exemplary standard of performance. I don't write this. Go head-to-head in today's Saturday Kitchen Omelette Challenge live a little later on. I know how much Ken enjoys that. And what am I going to be cooking for Jo at the end of the show? Will she be facing her food heaven, beef, a Cote de Boeuf steak with blue cheese, which is delicious, or will it be her food hell, milk and a milky, creamy rice pudding with homemade plum compote? Ken, what do you like the sound of?
I like the rice.
Sorry,
Joe.
Thank you, Ken. That's not helping. Now, when you think of Chinese cookery, there is only one name that comes to mind, and it is obviously the great Ken Hong. Ken,
hi, Matt.
good to see you. Good to see you. Now, what are we doing?
Okay, we're doing a steamed fish, this lemon sole, and I'm just going to have you fillet it because you're the younger one.
Excellent.
So,
Right.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this with ginger.
Okay.
And, you know, the thing is, steaming fish is one of the best ways to cook it.
Okay. And what else are we putting with this?
Okay, we have some soy sauce and some sesame oil and regular oil. Of course, fresh coriander and lots of fresh spring onions as well. You know, we use a lot of ginger with our seafood. Why? Because it's sort of like our lemon, if you will.
Yeah, okay.
And the thing is, you know, when people use ginger, I always tell them fresh ginger tea.
You wouldn't throw the pea.
Not only your fish
okay.
to make certain things. Now, if they're to me, it's really good to fry everything. This is the and it's as
setting polenta.
Okay,
which I struggled with for a while.
Really, you didn't like polenta?
Well, I just find it quite dull until you throw loads of flavours at it.
Right.
Yeah. Am I upsetting you?
Well, no, it's like pasta. When you think about pasta, just boiled pasta on its own is not going to taste that great. But if you make, you know, like polenta, if you have butter and parmesan, and if you're lucky, get a white truffle, it's absolutely incredible.
Well, a white truffle. Anything's going to taste nice with a white truffle thrown at it, isn't it?
Now, what we're going to do is we have this yellow bean sauce, which we're also going to put in.
Okay.
Some chili
Is that
powder.
enough for you?
Yes, that's fantastic.
Okay.
And some stock. And we have some Sichuan peppercorn.
Okay.
If you could, it's
pound
been
those?
roasted. If you could pound that for me, and that will add a real buzz to this whole dish.
Just going back to the old bean curd. Did you get different qualities?
Yes, this one is slightly softer and it's slightly firm, but I think you need to really of China where it's
it is.
Well, now maybe or just fish and
flour. You live.
It's to raise money.
You
want to. I think
absolutely delicious. Let's put it there. And remind us what that is again.
Okay, that is steamed fish. Sole. Would you fill it? Thank you.
Thank you.
And with a braised Sichuan tofu.
Beautiful.
About the tofu as well.
Come on, let's go and see what
tastes good.
what Jo thinks to this.
It's
right, it's not meat.
I know.
It's nice and delicate.
I do love sole. I do love sole.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good. Do you like?
No, she has good taste.
I'm intrigued about the tofu because I'm the same as you about that.
Yeah. But try that.
Okay.
Try that. See what you think.
I'm going to try the tofu first.
And that yellow bean sauce, is that?
Yes, it's kind of
go well with
salty. It's fermented. You know, it's what we talk about the unami taste, which is that kind of fifth taste that fermented things have.
I'm going to have a bit more.
And it transforms everything.
And do you only add that sort of delicate fish and delicate
Well,
meat?
you do. We add it everywhere.
Really?
Yes, we stir fry a lot of things with it, meats or anything that has a strong flavor.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Good?
Oh, it's
that?
beautiful. And I've got a bit of a cold coming, so all that ginger and everything
that's
is
good.
just...
Well, we need some wine to this. So let's go back to Ely to see what our man Tim Atkins has chosen to go with Ken's brilliant fish.
Isn't that lovely?
Father in the beginning.
I would say,
Cheers. So, lovely Riesling there.
yes, but ordinarily I'm not a friend of,
You're not a friend of Riesling?
No, Riesling. I would say I'm a friend of Tim. But I think it's a wise choice, especially with all those flavors going on.
Yeah, it's good. It's sort of floral.
I'm the
bit
same
sweet.
with... I'm not a huge fan of it, but because this is so flavoursome and full, it needs a little something tangy, doesn't it, with it?
You do have good taste.
Do I?
Yes.
Thank you.
Theo, what about the wine combo, Matt?
Well, I'm a fan of Riesling.
Yeah.
So, and I think it goes really nicely. It's quite that sort of slightly oily and with those kind of spices and the coriander, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But I think that is absolutely delicious.
Stunning, isn't
Out
it?
of this
Absolutely
world,
wonderful.
isn't
It's so clean
Stunning.
and fresh and
There you go.
wonderful
You
flavours.
could be joining us here at the Chef's Table sometime in the series. All you have to do is write to us with your name, address, and most importantly, a daytime phone number. Our address is Saturday Kitchen, PO Box 31888, SE11 4XS. And don't forget the stamp. Right, let's find out who made it through to represent Wales in the Great British Menu final. Was it James Summery or Aled Williams? Take a look.
What is it?
Okay, it is.
It's far better than the last one.
Les from Billing.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Well done, Aled. Some fantastic looking dishes there. Right, it's time to answer a few of your questions. Each caller will also help to decide what Joe will be eating at the end of the show. So who's on the line first? Les from Billingham. What's your question, Les?
Hi, Matt.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. What's your question, mate?
Right, I'm trying to make king prawn egg foo young. I buy it at the local Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And every time I try and make it, it never ever tastes the same.
Okay. Okay, that's one to Theo. Ed, what would you say?
Don't make it like this omelette.
Any tips?
Well, you should cook the prawns separate. And then sort of fold it into...
Okay.
I mean, it's not like an omelette in the way you make omelets. Yeah. And what we do is we cook it in the wok on one side, and then we flip it over to the other side.
Okay.
And then put a little bit of oyster sauce on it. It'd be fantastic.
Okay. You right with that?
Oyster sauce.
Yeah? Excellent. And what would you like to see at the end of the show? Heaven or hell?
Food hell, please. The rice pudding.
No! Really?
Yes!
Thanks, Les. Right, next, Carol from Kingsbury. What's your question, Carol?
Morning, Matt. What
Morning.
I'd like to know is the chefs all use olive oil.
Yeah.
Is it important which sort of olive oil you use in menus?
Okay.
Should it be just ordinary olive oil or extra virgin? We have such a choice now in the shops.
Yeah, we do.
Does it make a difference
A lot
to
of
the
price
recipe?
difference as well. What about you, Thea?
Well,
That's one for you.
I think the oil goes from sort of certain grades. So the first oil is the cold pressed oil, which is the oil you use for, that's the oil you use for salads and just so you actually get the flavour of the olive. And it's got a slight sort of astringency. It's quite sort of, it's kind of nice sort of sharp taste. And then as oil gets pressed, they use the pressed oil to make what they call virgin oil, which is a second grade oil. I would use that for cooking and use the first for things like salads and soups and things like that.
There you go. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Brilliant. And what do you want to see at the end of the show? Is it heaven?
Oh, heaven,
or heaven?
please.
Heaven? Brilliant. Thanks very much for that.
Okay.
And David from York, what would you like to ask?
Hi guys, I got a rabbit yesterday from the farmer's market.
Nice.
And I've done loads of roast dinners and so forth and that, but I've never cooked rabbit, so
Okay.
I just don't know what to do with it. I'm not sure to roast, casserole it or what.
Right. Okay. Guys, one from both of you.
Yeah. I mean, the Chinese, we take rabbit and we smoke it. And
Do you?
you find that in Sichuan, yes. But I would make it the traditional French way with a mustard and just pan fried and then cooked slowly in a bit of cream and Dijon mustard, which I think is wonderful.
Sounds
and
delicious.
white wine.
What about you, Thea?
I would...
You'd put it in pasta, wouldn't you?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you can make a lovely sauce, like a ragu with it. But I would just chop it up, take the legs off and break it into pieces, seal it off, bit of celery, bit of onion, bit of carrot, bit of tomato, bit of wine, cook it really nice and slowly. And then, sit down and eat it and sort of off the bone.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. There you go. Two nice suggestions. You all right with that?
Yeah, that's great. Two
Excellent.
ideas
So,
on that.
heaven or hell?
I'm a curry fan,
Right.
but I'm
Curry
a beef
beef?
fan more, so I'm going heaven.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thanks very much for that. 2-1 to heaven. Excellent. All looking good. Right, let's get down to business. This is the omelette challenge. You know how it's